Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Suddhaspadiya Sankasham Shuddha Vidya Pradayakam Shuddham Purnam Chidanandam Sadashivam Hamshaye Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhodhyaya Kim Kariyasya Samaya Shankaracharya Mashraye Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bharathi Karunapatram Bharathi Padabhushanam Bharathi Padamarudham Bharathi Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvabodha Vidhushekara Bharatim Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibhoda Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavarijata Apara Karunya Sudhamburashim Sri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. Now we are in the very important topic, that is Jīva Brahma Aikyam. We have seen in the last class the micro reflection and the macro reflections. Micro reflections consisting of Prajnaha, Taijasa and Vishwaha, all these put together is called Jīva Ātmā. Jīva Ātmā is the name of the combination of Prajnaha, Taijasa and Vishwa, the micro reflection group. On the other hand, the macro reflection group consisting of Antaryami plus Hiranyagarbha plus Virat is called Ishvaraha or Parabrahman or Parama Ātmā. Jīva Ātmā is also a reflection. Parama Ātmā also is a reflection. The original is neither Jīva Ātmā nor Parama Ātmā, but it is Ātmā, Chaitanyam. In the micro medium, it is called Jīva Ātmā, that is Chinna Al. In the macro or cosmic medium, the reflection is called Paramatma, Perumal we call. That is Jīva reflected in micro medium and Paramatma reflected in macro medium. Medium we can say Upadhi also. Now, what will be the nature of reflections or the size of the reflections, that we have to see. If you analyze the nature and the size of these reflections, they will depend upon naturally the reflecting medium, because the original consciousness is Atma. It does not have any micro or macro upadhi. It is only one. OC is original consciousness, that is Atma. If the mirror, the reflecting medium, if the mirror is very small, you can see, you sometimes the children, ladies wearing the chumki work, dresses made up of small mirrors, which are very common in popular in Gujarat or Rajasthan. Those small mirrors, and that too, if that small mirror is dirty one, naturally the reflection will be small and dull also, because the reflection depends on the medium. If the medium is dull and small, the reflection also will be small and dull. Although the original sun, that is the only sun, which is very bright and very big, depending upon the medium, the reflection will also be bright or dull. Jīva Ātmā is reflection in micro medium, which is small in size, and with varieties of problems. Therefore, Jīva Ātmā has limited qualities, limited knowledge, limited attributes, negative attributes, mostly is negative attributes, like alpajñatvam, limited knowledge, alpa ishvaratvam, limited power, everything smaller, alpa shaktiman, very very small in power. All attributes will be the guna of the Jīva Ātmā, that is the reflected consciousness in the individual body. Body is causal body, subtle body and gross body. When the very same consciousness is manifest or reflected in the macro medium, that is the Jagat, objective world, the cosmic intelligence which harmonizes the entire universe, which maintains the planetary movements, we are not able to control our own movements. You know, you walk and then you slip down. We are not even able to organize our own office space or our kitchen or our small table. It is very difficult for us to organize. Sometimes we forget, sometimes we misplace, so many things are happening. But imagine the cosmic balance. We cannot even imagine two planets coming closer, leave alone colliding with each other. We cannot even imagine in our wildest dreams, because everything is working in perfect harmony. That is the cosmic power of Ishvara, the macro. All these follow cosmic laws, which are very very intelligently controlled, not only the physical laws but also the emotional, even the moral laws of Dharma, Adharma. Everything is controlled by Bhagavan, Ishvara. That is macrocosm. It determines the moral laws. That is the one which is controlling the moral laws of Dharma and Adharma. That is Jiva's birth, Jiva's death, which Jiva should take which body, and which Jiva should suffer at what time, what type of suffering, physical, emotional. All those things are all subject to universal laws of karma. These moral laws, cosmic laws, are all very well maintained by the cosmic intelligence, which is called Parama Ātmā, reflected consciousness at macro level, macro medium level. So Parama Ātmā's qualities, powers, attributes are all superlative, nothing comparable to us, all superior because of the quality of the reflecting medium, superior medium, which is macro medium, whereas Jīva Ātmā has got inferior qualities, powers or attributes because of inferior medium. Atma by itself has neither superior nor inferior qualities. The reflected ones alone get the attributes or qualities of small or big, depending upon the reflected media. So both versions at macro level and at micro level are all, both of them are distorted versions. They are not the original. Original does not have any version. There is no distortion at all. Original is not having any distortion. Only because of the media, that is micro medium and macro medium, the reflection is also different. It depends on the reflecting medium. Thus, that is, that which does not have any attribute or quality, any guna, appears to have superior quality. That is, that which does not have any quality or any attribute, that is original Atma, appears to have superior quality, which is also distorted version at macro level. Whereas at the medium, at the micro medium level also, that Atma which does not have any quality or any attribute appears to have inferior quality in micromedium. Superior quality is also a distortion. Inferior attribute is also a distortion. Because in the original there is neither superior nor inferior attributes or qualities. Example, supposing I keep two mirrors in front of me and see my face. One is convex mirror and the other one is concave mirror. If I look at my original face reflected in the convex mirror, my face, the reflected face, reflected in the convex mirror will appear to be flat. Whereas the same face, when it is reflected in concave mirror, that reflected face will appear to be elongated. But my original face is as it is. There is no flattening or no elongation. It is the same. These are the type of distortions. This is distortion. This type of distortions depending upon the type of mirror, type of medium. In the convex mirror, the face appears flat, whereas in concave mirror, the face appears elongated one. The original face, however, does not have any distortion. Similarly, Jīva Ātmā has Nikrishta Gunaha, whereas Parama Ātmā has Utkrishta Gunaha, whereas Ātmā has no Guna. It is Nirguna Ātmā, Chaitanyam. Therefore, if you take Jīva Ātmā and remove the distorting medium, the Upadhi, what will be left out? That is the reflecting medium. Jīva Ātmā minus reflecting medium will be Ātmā. Similarly, Parama Ātmā minus the macro reflection, which is once again a medium, minus reflecting medium, you get only Ātmā. A wise person is one, a jnani is one, who calls God and says, "Oh God, you and I are essentially the same." Whereas I appear to be miserable because of my medium, reflecting medium, not because of my intrinsic nature. My intrinsic nature is the same as Bhagavan. Therefore, intrinsically, myself and Bhagavan, the nature are one and the same. The misery is because of distorting medium. Remove the medium and then who am I? Nirguna Ātmā. So this is the essence of Vedāntik, Advaita Vedāntik teaching. I and God are one and the same. Even though now I appear to look miserable with this body. If I identify with this body, definitely there will be millions of differences between my body and the great Ishvara. But if you see the intrinsic nature, the one which is common to both myself and Bhagavan, it is only Ātmā, Nirguna Ātmā. From the Paramatma, remove the medium, reflecting medium, which then who is Paramatma? He is also Nirguna Ātmā, and therefore I am also Nirguna Ātmā, Bhagavan is also Nirguna Ātmā, therefore Aham Brahma Asmi. This is the great Vedantic equation. Because I have a distorted look, I am not worried. Supposing in the convex or concave mirrors, my face looks either flattened or elongated. They do not look normal, right? They look ugly to me. Am I worried? I am not worried because I know very well they are only reflections. I have my original face. I know what type of face I have. Therefore, I am not worried about the type of reflections. appearing in concave mirror or convex mirror. The distortions belonging only to the reflecting media. That is the point. That's it. Aham Brahmasmi. That, and this knowledge is called Jīva Ātmā and Parama Ātmā Aikyam. Now look at the chart which I have sent. Chart number 3, if you see, Jīva Ishvara Aikyam, where on top of the chart Brahman, the Atma, the original consciousness is mentioned. On the left hand side of the chart, if you see, it is Jiva, which is nothing but a combination of Prajna, Taijasa and Vishwa. That is causal body, reflecting medium 1, reflected consciousness plus subtle body and reflected consciousness, gross body and reflected consciousness. All these three put together is called Jīva Ātmā. This is on the left hand side of the chart 3. And similarly on the right hand side, it's a combination of Antaryami, Hiranyagarbha and Virat. The combination all put together is called Ishvara or Paramatma. That is causal world. Reflecting medium number 4. For our understanding, we have given alphabetic and numeric orders, numbers. It is only for our understanding. And reflected consciousness RC4, which is called Antaryami, and RC5 Hiranyagarbha plus subtle world RM5, that is reflecting medium 5, and the gross world reflecting medium 6, and reflected consciousness RC6, that is Virat. All this put together is called Paramatma. But essentially Jīva Ātmā and Paramatma are one and the same Atma. The difference is only in the reflected media. When I say I am a Jiva, it means the distorted consciousness which is manifesting through my Sharīra Trayam, causal body, subtle body and gross body. So we have seen the chart. If you analyze, if you look at Jīva Ātmā and Paramatma through the distorting medium, they will be totally different because of distortions in the respective media. Paramatma with superior qualities and Jīva Ātmā with inferior qualities. Therefore, the difference between Jīva Ātmā and Paramatma is caused only by the distortions caused by the reflecting media, like your two faces appearing in concave and convex mirrors. Although we know very well that original face is not distorted ones. Therefore, if you look at Jīva Ātmā and Paramatma without the respective reflecting media, both are one and the same Atma, Brahman only. This is Jīva Ātmā Paramatma Aikyam. So look at the slokam, what is mentioned here. Stula Sharirabhimani Jīva Namakam Brahma Pratibimbam Bhavati. That is the Jīva Ātmā, which is nothing but Atma, which is named Jīva Ātmā, which is manifest in this body, three bodies, causal body, subtle body and gross body, is Brahma Pratibimbam, is only distorted reflection, Pratibimbam, which of Brahma. Distorted reflection of original Ātmā Chaitanyam Brahman obtaining in the medium Stula, Sukshma, subtle body. Stula Shariram, which is once again which includes causal body and subtle bodies. Not only the Jīva Ātmā is dull, it does not even know that I am the original consciousness, that is Chaitanyam, Ātmā reflected in the medium, reflected medium. Even this truth the Jīva Ātmā does not know. He mistakes the distorted version as the original nature. The distorted version is only an incidental, superficial version. As long as the distorting medium is there, there will be distortions. Therefore, Jīva Ātmā is ignorant of this fact, and therefore he is a samsari, suffering, all because of this ignorance of this basic fact. He is ignorant of the fundamental fact that he is Ātmā, but reflecting in this reflected medium, which is the Shariram. Saeva Jivaha, this confused Jīva Ātmā, who mistakes the distorted version as the original nature, he looks at the Parama Ātmā now. This miserable, that is feeling that he is miserable Jīva Ātmā, now he looks at the Parama Ātmā. Parama Ātmā also a distorted version. However, the distortion, because it is at macro level, it is at the whole universal level, it is superior. Distortion is superior. Medium is superior. And therefore, this seeming miserable Jīva Ātmā looks at that distorted version of Parama Ātmā as the original nature. And that is also, but that is also a distorted version. But he does not know that fact also. He does not know this fact of himself, the true nature of himself, and he does not know the fact of the nature of Ishvara also. As long as this Jīva Ātmā is absorbed in this distorted versions, I will only see the distortions only. There will be differences. As long as I see the distorted version, I will see the difference only. Therefore, I am an ignorant person. Because of the ignorance of my original intrinsic nature, I always concentrate on these distortions and get carried away. Prakritya, by this natural, this ignorance is naturally born to this individual. Because of the natural ignorance, Ishvaram bhinnatvena janati. He looks at Paramatma as different from himself. This is called Jīva Ātmā Paramatma Bhedaha, advaita bhavana, dualistic version. I am an ordinary mortal Jīva Ātmā. I am only a speck in this universe. I am such a small person. What can I do? I am a servant for Bhagavan. All these attributes, all these ideas are all because this Jīva Ātmā is concentrating only on the reflected medium. And then he says, Bhagavan is Paramatma, he is all-knowing, he is the creator, he is Maha Paramatma, he is the master, I am the servant. All these confusions are because I take my distorted inferior medium qualities and I look at Paramatma's distorted superior qualities. Paramatma is neither a master nor Jīva Ātmā is a servant. Both are from the standpoint of the medium. From the standpoint of medium, these are all correct only. Bhagavan is Sarvajnaha, I am Alpajnaha. From the standpoint of distorted medium. But once I have this knowledge, once I get this maturity of mind in understanding that the intrinsic nature of myself and Bhagavan is one and the same Atma, then there is no distortion. I can see the oneness between myself and Bhagavan. We don't know, and this particular fact we do not know, and that is why we should learn Prakarana Granthas like Tattvabodha. And what is the definition of Jīva Ātmā? Avidyopadhihi san Ātmā. That is Karana Shariram, which includes other two Shariram, subtle and gross, Sukshma Shariram and Sthula Shariram. All the three bodies, causal body, subtle body and gross body. Therefore we can take avidya here as Sharīra Trayam, Upadhi. Sharīra Trayam, threefold bodies. Upadhi means medium, I told you. That is Ātmā appearing in the micro medium, Ātmā reflecting in the avidya upadhihi, that is micro reflecting medium, is called Jīva. Jīva it uchyate, micro reflection. It is like 0 watt or 5 watt night lamp. It is such a small one with no power at all. Then what about Parama Ātmā, the lucky one? Māyopadhihi san Ātmā Ishvara it uchyate, reflected in Maya, Karana Prapancha. Once again, that is causal universe, which includes the other two universe, that is subtle universe and gross universe. All three universes put together is called Prapancha. Causal, subtle and gross universe, or the world at the macro level. Prapancha Trayam, threefold universes. Macro medium. Appearing in macro medium, the very same Ātmā gets positive distortions, superlative distortion, called Ishvaraha or Paramatma. Paramatma, Ishvara, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Sarveshwaraha, all those attributes, all total, it is beautiful, magnificent. Even though Jīva Ātmā and Paramatma are superficially very, very different. If you look at from the media level, media standpoint, definitely millions of differences are there. But the author wants to say the difference is only superficial. They are not intrinsic. The differences are only incidental. But essentially, the Jīva Ātmā and Paramatma are one and the same Ātmā. Jīva Ātmā, Paramatma, Aikyam, the details of which we will see in the subsequent following classes. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.